This is part 4 of the Great Bay, and in this part we're going to be taking the 4 eggs that we've already collected back to the scientist's laboratory and dropping them off, and then making our way to Pinnacle Rock to try to collect the last 3.
And if you didn't notice, I accidentally started off in the wrong room, so that's where that video started, was us going into the wrong room.
Sorry, our bad.
Yeah.
Not everyone's perfect, even us, believe it or not.
And what we're doing right here is you have to take a full body picture, and you'll see like I'll kind of actually take about 3 or 4 pictures, because you actually have to get the full body.
Yeah.
Which is usually what I try to do, you know.
Oh, well, naturally.
In real life, so I'm trying to apply those theories. But anyways.
Nice.
And then we got to show to this creepy fisherman guy later on.
Yeah, he's kind of definitely a little creepy.
Yeah, which gives us a seahorse, which allows us to get the Pinnacle Rock. Blah 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 blah. We'll be doing that in this video.
It's like a mini trade sequence.
But I wish all the trade sequences were this. I've never been a fan of trade sequences because I usually I just get stuck on an item and I just never keep on going with it.
Yeah, it's like either you get stuck on one or you get something and you have no clue what to do with it.
That's why I like Link's Awakening, because you got 20 because the trade sequence is usually for the sword, not always. But it's usually for the sword. But with Link's Awakening, like all you have to do is collect those seashells. Yeah. And then you get the sword upgrade, which I don't think I did that either. But you know, it was just nice change of pace.
Yeah, the good thing about that training sequence too, I felt like, was you actually needed to do it to open up some of the areas of that game. Like especially like the monkey stick and stuff like that. That's a little off topic, obviously.
Oh, that's not off topic at all. It's just a whole different game.
No, not at all. Not at all. But yeah, and the only reason you would even know.
How about that view right there? They'll climb that ladder, scene all the way.
Gorgeous.
That's cool.
And again, you see the whirlpool in the background that we're eventually going to be going to. Just it is such a great view, and I do wish, like you mentioned earlier, about the eggs would have been scattered about or something, so we explored more of it.
And one thing I don't do in this video is I don't swim through all the ocean. I really don't know how far you could go and what directions you could go. Really,
I'm not positive.
I kind of wish I would have done that. Really.
Well, I think, and it's kind of an artificial way of limiting how far you can go, but I think if you talk to a few of the Zoras that are kind of in the area, they'll tell you that the water's really murky because of whatever's
going on. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
So they always say if you swim out there, you get lost and end up right back where you started.
That's actually what I do in Pinnacle Rock later on. Is I just I get to the top, I just swim out.
Yep.
So I can get back to the area, it warps you back.
So I think that's their excuse of saying, hey, if you go too far out,
I do remember that now.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a kind of a cheap artificial barrier, but you got to have it. I mean,
it's better than just swimming into a wall and not being able, invisible wall, and you can't go any farther.
I agree with that exactly. Yeah, at least there's an excuse for it.
Yeah, like the Dark Link room, where it just looks like it goes on and on and on, Ocarina of Time, and then boom, here's a wall.
I still love that room though,
which makes sense because it does become a room later on. Yeah, but, whatever.
Anyway. I do love that room. I don't necessarily love fighting Dark Link, but
and also like this view too right here, because we're kind of looking back at Termina. Well, you can't really see. Oh, you can see Snow Peak.
You can see Snow Peak
in the background.
I like seeing the beach right there and everything. Now.
And I like the houses on the beach. They made them actually look like beach houses. You know?
They look different than any of the other buildings in the game. They really do.
And palm trees. I don't believe we've had palm trees in a Zelda game.
Just Link's Awakening, very briefly.
But didn't Link's Awakening come out after this game?
No, actually, I think Link's Awakening was before even Ocarina of Time, if I'm not mistaken.
Really sure.
So I could be wrong.
I'm not really sure.
So, but
the first time we see him in a 3D game, or a console Zelda game, I guess you say.
There you go. And I feel like if I would have,
and here's a creeper.
That's
asking for full body pictures of pirates.
Yeah, it is kind of creepy.
It really is.
I think this is one area that I totally got a little lost the first time through. I didn't even think about coming and talking to this guy.
Yeah.
And you can't go to Pinnacle Rock without the seahorse to
get the remaining 3 eggs. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I didn't even think to come into this building.
Like I said, when I first played this game when it came out, the first 2 sections I did get stuck on, but I got through them relatively easy. Just stupid places I got stuck. It always when I got here, man, it's one of those areas where you just get stuck numerous times.
I guess if I was a lonely fisherman surrounded by nothing but Zoras, I'd be asking for a picture of these female pirates.
And has seahorses as a pet. Yeah, I probably would too.
I don't see a wife anywhere.
No, I don't.
But yeah, it's just the seahorse is pretty cool too. It reminds me of in Ocarina of Time, when we have to go through the desert, we have to follow the spirit
Poe.
It's Poe. Thank you. It's a Poe. Yeah. Through the desert. Again, another concept they borrowed from that section and applied
it applied to the water.
In a different setting.
Parallel universe, blah, 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 blah. We're not going to get into those theories tonight. Those theories are for a whole separate video.
Yeah, we touched on them a little bit back in part 1 or 2, but yeah, it's just they take that concept again and now you apply it to being underwater.
Yeah.
It's a nice way of taking kind of the same mechanic, but mixing it up a little bit by changing the setting.
One thing, I wish you would have been able to swim out the Pinnacle Rock. So we'll go through these pillars right here, and then like kind of warps us to Pinnacle Rock, I guess you could say. Like, I really wish we could have just been able to swim there, because we would have got that feeling of it being a vast ocean.
Yeah, and I'm guessing part of that is like the limitations of the game, though. Like, it has to be broken into zones.
Yeah, limitations. They had 64 bits back in those days. What more did they want?
So many. But like, they have to like break it into zones for like, you can load each chunk at a time. You can't just load the entire ocean. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
How that seahorse fit in that bottle?
Yeah, it's like huge compared to that bottle. Exactly.
I expect him to be a little tiny.
Yeah, exactly.
You dump him out and he's as big as you are.
Yeah.
Why don't you just ride him out there? I mean,
well, because you came at the fisherman's hut.
Yeah. I just think you should be able to like jump on him instead of having to follow all these signs.
I remember seeing that. Like he pops out of that bottle. It's like, what in the world? This thing is huge.
Yeah. I think you should grab onto his tail and let him drag you.
yeah, it would be cool if you could have rode him through here.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
Yeah,
this game stinks.
We're done. See you guys later. But again, I do like just how they took the old concept and applied it to a new setting again. So
I do like it right here, kind of going through the water. I thought it was a lot harder to go through the desert. Because no, I was thinking the flags. We gotta go to the flags. That's the hard part, but that's not like this part.
Plus, in that part, don't you have the guys coming out of the sand to attack you?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe, I think so. I could be wrong.
But we follow the Poe with the lens of truth. It's not that hard in Ocarina of Time. And I'm not a big fan of this part right here because there's basically 3 eggs, and then you also gotta find his friend that gives you a piece of heart.
And I don't think you find the friend until you kill all.
Yeah, and there's like 8 of them, and there's like 3 or 4 of these snakes.
Yeah.
And you get like a rupee from a jar.
Which is so stupid.
It was kind of a tedious process in my opinion.
It is, and each one at least is fairly easy to kill in and of itself. But there's like, I think what there is, there's like 2 or 3 on each like depth level. Like 2 or 3, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or 2, 2, 2, 2. There might be 4 levels. And it's just,
I didn't count them like that, so I have no idea.
Yeah, it was very easy to miss.
I wasn't like, well, Red's going to know if it's 222 or 333 or 444 or.
It's very easy to miss one of the holes, and you have to go all the way back around the outside trying to find the one you missed.
And you'll see this. I'm not sure if it's in this video or the next video, but I actually get swallowed by one. And I can't remember which one it is, and so I kind of just swim around, and luckily I ended up finding them at the end or somewhere close to the end.
Now, I will say I really like the strategy you use to kill these guys of landing on the ledge and just using the blades.
Yeah.
I did the swimming shock attack
with the shield.
With the where you shoot the shield, and do the electric shield.
Was it hard?
I ended up getting swallowed a lot more than you did. Let's just put it that way, because. To get him to come out, you have to kind of swim right in front of the thing, and then you have to circle back around to shock. You can't just shock his face. You have to get that sensitive.
Yeah, his body basically.
Same with your blades there. So I fought him that way, and that result, I got swallowed probably 5 times doing it that way. So
I really do like the deepness when we talked about this in like our very first video.
Yeah,
I do really like the deepness of the water in this part,
especially when you first come over the ledge there at the very beginning.
Yeah,
of this
and you
area,
just swim down.
And you see the hole. That you're dealing with here, and it's again we like being able to do the underwater stuff.
Yeah,
I wish it wouldn't have been 7 or 8 of these guys.
It was. I just kind of wish this whole part had been something different.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have an idea of what they could have done. I don't have a better idea.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I just didn't like this part, which you're not going to like everything in every Zelda game, but
of course,
we like a lot of parts, so.
And honestly, you can kind of look in each hole and see where the eggs are. You can get away with only killing 3 of them, I think, and getting the eggs.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you kill all 8 or 7, however many there actually are, you get
there are.
You get a piece of heart.
Yeah.
So it's worth it to do it, and I feel like it's one of those...
because you're not going to come back out here and do it.
Yeah, so I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, to get that piece of heart, you're going to have to take the extra effort and do a little work. I mean, just like whether it's beating the mini games or whatever, like to get those pieces of heart, you got to put forth a little extra effort.
Well, it's important to collect the heart pieces in this game because you only get to 7 by beating the bosses. So yeah, I mean, you got to collect hearts in this game. Yeah, I got lucky there.
I couldn't believe that got him. Yeah.
See, I had tried it a couple times, like to hit him I tried to hit him like throwing him out, and then try to hit him on the way back. I could never pull it off.
It's a tough throw.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But it is great. It is great that you can land on that ledge right there in front of him, and for the most part, not worry about getting swallowed unless you're too far out in front of the ledge. But now we've gotten this egg. This wraps up part 4.